You are in a tunnel. You've gone down the stairs, the flat bits of stone that curve up you up well. Now they have led you back down to the tunnel that is very, very dark, pretty damp, but it leads home. Home, where the light and snow live. Where you lived for so very long, for the last, 2 days.
What a fun 2 days it was.
And you know what? Now you're the most renowned travelers you've ever met.
Like Uncle Matt in Fraggle Rock.
Just so, yeah. We've only been through this way once in your entire lives, 2 days ago. Definitely got to continue down in the pass and then back up to the network tunnels that form rear of the Lightning Stone Tribe's accommodation.
Let's do that then.
Get to strutting then. Sounds like you guys leader right now, because you've got an idea and you're willing to execute it.
Yeah. I done got sucked off by an octopus. I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah. Home is two to you. Food, sleep.
My 2 favorite things.
Your 2 favorite things.
Love
you
being
had
number
quite a lot
3.
of them over the past couple days, honest. You got to pick out.
I still got berries on my person. I got extra berries right now if I'm snacks. I'm spoiled right now. To be fair, I never wanted to leave the caves to begin with, so...
Right, you didn't.
Maybe that's why I'm rushing back now, is because I was back to started. Our nice safe caves. Familiar territory.
Yeah. So, while you starts striding forward into the darkness, what about the other 3 of you hear my voice? Mugo, Ungo, Toko. So, you stride down into this tunnel. It's dark as hell down here. You can barely see in front of you.
Yeah, I would try to light... I lost my stick, or I would make another torch, but I can make fire, but have nothing to light on fire currently. So, I'll just, do the best I can with the low light vision that I have. Feel around and just walk whatever direction I think I'd walk. Until I hopefully see light on the way out.
Yeah, you've only got one direction to walk until you can barely make out several paths in front of you. 4, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's no good.
No, it's not. One of you does have Explore.
I do have the button.
Nah, I'll just yank on your arm and grunt and hope you get my drift. Ugh.
For you and
I'll point at
number
the four different holes we could go.
4 is a good roll. You sniff around, and it's mostly the scent of fresh air from one of the tunnels that gives you an idea that this is probably a better one to go down than the rest, if nothing else. Gandalf special. You sniff and smell the salt air that rolls in all around Lake Snow Island.
If you lead, I follow, or if you gesture, I'll lead. I'll go that way.
I begin to walk down the tunnel that smelled most appropriate.
You walk down a smelly tunnel. I mean, everybody's been there once or twice.
Heyo, I follow you into the smelly tunnel.
This one twists and curves and begins to move upward. It's grade. You're moving upward through these tunnels. There is a break in the ceiling of this cave that allows light to trickle in. As you enter a space that is a bit more open, you see a creature of some sort stirring, slow light.
Can I roll Hunt to see if that helps me figure out what kind of creature it is, possibly? Oh, I rolled a 6 for Hunt, and I have one.
Yeah, they are quite strange. This is a bulbous creature in most directions. It's got 2 long grass roots with curved nails. And there's something above its head. It looks like a stick, except it's very shiny, very pointy. It's kind of hovering and bobbing above its head. It moves with it as it sort of hops around.
I'll whisper Smelly to the gang the way that I do with Strange.
Smelly.
Smelly.
And I guess I'll try to indicate where the thing is, But I don't have enough words to talk about it more than that. So, just Smelly. I'm gonna be reckless. I was gonna try to run away, but what the fuck? I'm gonna be a caveman. I'm gonna try to hit it, I guess. We're in a cave still, right? Or is there rocks around, or
yeah,
is there stalactites, stalagmites, or is it's still smooth, right?
It's a pretty smooth cave. There are rocks about. They are pretty slick because it's pretty damp in here.
Okay. I'm gonna try to grab one, and I don't attack well, so this might slip right out of my hand or whatever. But I'm gonna try to just skip it right at this thing. If I can, I want to hit the thing floating above it. Yeah, I rolled a 4 and my attack is 5, I think.
Yeah. It is.
With
the rock, it does skip, but it
misses.
sails cleanly through the distance between this bulbous creature and the thing floating above it.
Bye, rock. I wave goodbye to my rock.
The sound of it definitely seems to arouse the creature. Its movements become far more deliberate, but it is searching around where the rock landed.
Oh, that's good. At least I threw the rock away from us, so it's looking the wrong direction.
Untoke, it's time for reckless action.
Moog bang.
Moog bang. That's my moog.
Moog bang 3.
You managed to contact the bulbous thing, but it's very leathery. It's leathery on all of its surfaces. And as it wheels on you now, you can see that it has no eyes.
Wait, are we fighting a couch?
Moog screams again.
Yeah, it's definitely looking at you, but it has no eyes. Or at least its face and maw are pointed Moog now. What are you up to, oh grunt caveman?
Unbangs.
Unbang?
So,
I rolled a 1.
You have forgotten what violence is.
you're a pacifist now.
Excellent. I would like to sit down, contemplate the nature of peace.
Do non-violence resistance now.
You sit down, and as you contemplate truth, your gaze is drawn inexorably to this thing floating above the head of the leathery thing. It does not look natural. It looks like a supreme, sublime act of building.
Shiny?
Big shiny. However, as you contemplate this item, you can summon absolutely no use for it this time.
Yeah.
Not even like
The
paperweight?
conundrum is digging at my caveman brain.
Uh-oh, this thing gets to act. Luminous bubbles begin to form around this creature. They drift upward and grow in size before they fade away. This continues on long enough for Wally God to act once again as this thing is surrounded by its luminescent bubbles.
Well, my slick rock is gone, and I look around and I see the thing making these weird bubbles, and I think this is maybe my chance to catch it by surprise. So I want to, like, run towards Moog and, like, launch, like, leapfrog off of Moog's back into the air towards the big shiny and try to grab it since it's up floating in the air and, like, wrap my body around it.
Hell yeah. Roll 86. Add 1 to it, because that's cool as hell.
I rolled a 6, so 7?
You are able to easily frog off of Moog's back, launch yourself forward, wrapping yourself around this shiny thing.
Yeah, like arms and legs, like full on, like just hugging it, like a full body hug.
This shiny thing that is suspended in the air does not budge, which means neither do you. You have your body wrapped around like it's about 3.5 feet long, very pointy on one end, and it has sharp edges, 2 of them, that run down its length. You're going to take 1 point of damage from cuts that you maintain, that you sustain as you attain your aerial vantage point. You are hanging upside down, like it's very sloth-like,
Fun.
on this shiny branch above this creature. Its luminescent bubbles continue to persist, but it seems agitated.
If someone grabbed my big shiny, I'd be agitated too.
Right? Like, not without consent or romance.
Right? No consent. It's important.
Didn't even roll romance.
I should have tried romance first. I always forget that's an option. Just go sweet talk this thing.
So that leads us to Moog, this big leathery thing, no eyes, surrounded by luminescent bubbles, and your friend is hanging on the shiny thing suspended above it.
I want to take both my fists and try and hit the...
Like a hammer fist thing where you're linking your hands together?
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Kirk strike.
Yeah.
Like you're playing volleyball with its head.
I'm spiking the ball. I got another 4.
Because it is distracted both by Wally above its head and its own luminescent bubbles, you are able to strike its massive noggin with your double-fisted hand strike. It's not as hard as your bones, though. There is sponginess to it that is altogether disconcerting.
Squishy bones.
Bang, bang. That leads to the third member of our party at the moment, Ung.
Unused rock.
You clear your mind of the contemplation of peace.
Remember war.
Yes.
You do remember the undercurrent of violence that has been the substrate of your entire life. Roll to bang bang.
Roll a 5.
A 5 does in fact bang. What sort of bang are you trying to do?
I want to hit it on the location that is least likely to hit my fellow caveman.
You can batter it in its arm across the very bulbous back. Its back probably rises another like 1.5 feet above its head.
Yeah, I'll hit it on the back.
Yeah, you strike it in its back. It feels bony, but again, spongy. It lets out a shrill cry as it struck. Its luminous bubbles surge forth, and it is encased in a curtain of wind for a moment that blurs the air around it slightly. So it looks like there's 2 of these things now, sort of superimposed on top of the real one, just slightly out of sync. Makes it hard to know which one is the real one and which one is not.
So it increases our chances of missing it.
Sure does. All right, Wally. You're hanging on to something that's floating above a leathery thing's head, like a spider monkey in gravel patterns.
I feel like me jumping up here was a really cool idea, but now that I'm up here, I'm not really sure what to do with that. I was kind of hoping my weight would like bring it down on itself, like a spike on its own head, but it continues to float with me up here,
Yeah.
and I'm not able to use it as a weapon. So as much as it was fun jumping up here.
It's hanging a bit like a beam, if you will.
Uh-huh.
It says it's horizontal. It's edged on two sides.
Okay.
There is part of it that is not edged at all.
Yeah, I think it's what I'm looking for is like a part like that where I could maybe climb up, since I'm kind of like hanging upside down right now. If I could like spider monkey crawl and like surf this thing or something, is there a way I could like get on a part of it and stand without hurting myself?
Oh, probably,
Like
yeah.
Teen Wolf, this thing? I don't think I have climbed, but I'll roll it, so I'm likely to fail. I'm just going to fall off probably, but I'll roll it. Oh yeah, I rolled a 1 for my climb, and I don't have climb. So I totally understand if I fall right off.
You have forgotten everything that you knew about verticality.
Yeah, I just let go.
you absolutely let go. Come down hard on his back.
Can that count for something at least? Did my back do it any damage at least? Did I use myself as a weapon?
Because this thing is kind of screaming now as it sinks to its strangely knobby, very, very prominent knees that are arrayed on incredibly short legs.
Like water bed full of bones kind of feeling? Or...
Yeah.
Cool, that's fun.
Yeah, or like a thin layer of bone that surrounds water bed. It hurts less to fall on this strange thing than it does to tumble down, strike the rocks on the ground.
Move here. Move to attack the thing again.
Attack.
Move.
Move bang. Move bang. Oh, 4. Move bang, not good.
Yeah, you strike it, but something about the angle this time does not allow you to really make purchase. You strike a very stringy part.
Ungo rock.
Ungo rock.
I'm gonna hit the crafted beast. I rolled a 3.
A 3 is not really sufficient to make purchase for your violence.
I guess I do my standard maneuver of throwing the rock down right in front of it.
Yeah, right at its feet.
Yes.
He's like, here's a rock as a present.
This creature that is slightly blurred by a couple of acronyms of it takes a couple steps towards and its crafted thing above its head, the thing that it seems artificial and built, swings wildly as it gestures with its hands towards you, bringing them down. This thing swings and cuts. You take 3 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeesh, dude.
This strange built thing that is shiny and pointy has now tasted blood with a horizontal cut across your abdomen.
Oh.
It still bobs and hangs merrily above the creature's head.
Oh, geez, Wally. Man, I don't know sword, but this is like sword-type gash, right? It's like a blade?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't know what a blade is, but I'm just trying it for my imagination. So did that create some, what do we call it, sleep water? I don't have the words water, but...
But it does, yeah, there's sleep water.
So I see some of the I don't like that stuff. That stuff grosses me out. I'm always grossed out by that stuff, even as a hunter and a fisher. Whenever I see my fellow caveman with that color, I become quite upset. Usually I'd run away, but since I'm on top of this thing, I don't think I'm in a position to flee. We've already done so much damage. I really want to use the thing floating above it as a weapon, but that didn't seem to work last time. So I think I'm just going to try like elbow drop where I already like belly flopped before when I just fell. This time I'm going to try to do that on purpose. Like actually try to elbow drop it and just pray I don't roll shitty. Of course I roll a 3, but I am on top of it. I don't know if that matters for anything.
It's enough to find purchase, but it's a good tactic.
But no damage.
It looked really cool.
Yeah. I'll at least impress my allies. I look like I did something. I'll even make a noise, like with wrestling. I'll slap it so it sounds louder than it really was.
That'll bring us to Moog.
Moog wants to bite the thing.
Ooh.
Bite it.
Moog bite.
Teeth are just tiny rocks, so.
Moog. Roll 5.
Hell yeah.
Moog bite.
Tear into this teeth and rent back. It tastes absolutely awful. This is the worst thing you've ever had in your mouth.
Black licorice.
Immediately my mouth.
Yeah, you spit it out. It's terrible. This is the worst possible taste.
Rubbing my tongue on the cave floor.
Yeah, you know what? Licking rocks that may or may not have dangerous microorganisms is tastier than the flesh of the creature. You can see in the dim light that the sleep water coming from this creature is inky black. And there's plenty of sleep water on display because you were slashed by this strange object that have a considerable gash across your stomach. This is probably the most pain you've ever felt.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to smash the thing with a rock.
Oh yeah.
I am enraged by this wound.
Do you want to try a violent frenzy?
Yes, I do.
Vigilant Frenzy?
I rolled a 6.
Perfect. Make 2 attacks against.
Alright.
So you go pow pow. Describe your 2 blows.
I want to do a strike forward with a rock, and then after, shoving the rock into the crafted thing, I want to lift back up and smash it down on top of them.
The 1-2 has this thing crying out with its high-pitched, shrill tone. And perhaps it is this cry out that rouses Tope to his senses. Your comrades, friends, cousins are fighting what is best described as a big thing. I hate big things. It's bulbous in all the wrong places. There's long arms that are tipped big hands, and claws, short stubby legs. It's got an incredible amount of hunched back, so much so that its back actually extends up over where its head sits, jutting forward. It has no visible eyes. And there's an object suspended above its head that is about 3.5 foot long, thin, and shiny. All my homies hate big things. It's on. You want to run back there? And I'm going to do a flying leap into the fray. I'm going to smash that motherfucker with a giant stick.
Lightning stick.
Lightning stick. Roll stick.
You got it. 6.
Fantastic strike again.
With 3 damage.
Bring the stick down on its head, and there is a crunch that is sickening, but sounds softer than the crunch bone that you're used to.
Gross. This thing sucks.
Save us, Hugh.
How is Big Thing doing its big thingy?
The things you would pass observe are that the thing that is floating above its head has slashed out independent of anything itself, and it did surround itself in luminous bubbles for a couple rounds of combat, or it surrounded itself in 2 after images of its own body that have since dissipated in the heat of combat.
Nice. I feel like I don't have to do much here.
It is still moving.
But to be fair, you don't ever have to do anything.
Is it moving
it's
like
your call.
aggressively, or is it moving erotically?
This pure aggression. As a matter of fact, there's no eroticism creature whatsoever.
Did you say pure erection or pure aggression?
Pure aggression. No eroticism.
Ung got cut up pretty bad, so Ung sleepwater.
Big sleepwater.
I guess I'm not sure what to do here. I shriek in terror.
This thing shrieks, join your own. It spins the thing above it in a wide arc attempt to cut as many people as possible. But whether it's attacked from all sides, the odds and the outnumbering of opponents against it, it's not able to make purchase one of its keenly sharp edges on this shiny thing above its head. Which is good, because the last time one of its edges contacted someone, they had their stomach split open. That brings us back to top. It's Wallagika.
Oh no. I just really wish there was some way I could affect this thing, like grab it and throw out, like use it against itself, but that did not work before. I don't think I weigh enough or something. So I guess I'm gonna try it again, even though it didn't work before. This time I'm just gonna like try to jump up, and that part that's flat and not sharp, the part that I can't cut myself on, I just wanna like jump off this thing's back towards it and try to like shove it and try to like knock it askew so it like chops one of its own legs or something, or that'd be super dope.
Can you use any of the abilities learned to assist with such a thing?
Roll, maybe. I've got roll if that helps.
I think rolling could be...
Alright, I'll try a roll. I'll roll for roll.
Yeah, roll to roll.
I rolled a 4, and it is a skill I do possess.
As you roll, your hand comes up to the thing floating above amidst rolling, and you're able to grasp at the only point that is not edged. It seems meant for holding, as a matter of fact.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna hold on tight then.
As you hold on tight, you're still rolling, but the movement carries this floating thing down. And as if the two are attached by some mechanism you can't understand, this thing is dragged onto the side so that the spinning thing above its head is still above its head. But now it's on its side, quite restrained at the moment.
So kind of like I'm holding it by some sort of handles and I've tilted it?
Yes.
Like I have control of it somehow?
To a degree, yes.
Wild. That's wild. I'm gonna grunt excitedly.
For whatever reason, that has restrained the big thing onto its side. It's flailing.
I want to grunt at my wound.
I'm gonna let you roll 3d6.
Okay. I rolled 3 2s.
3, 2, fuck yeah.
Deuce, deuce, deuce.
Incredible.
Deuce.
That's a 1 in 216 chance. So your grunting immediately heals wound as you and everyone around you are bathed in soothing, warm radiance.
Does it heal any of my wounds?
It absolutely does.
Oh, hell yeah.
It heals several of you of old scars.
Oh, right on.
You regrow a tooth.
I do?
Yeah, it's horrendously painful and shocking.
What does it taste like?
Blood.
Fresh tooth.
You grow a replaced tooth for one that you've lost. It's slick and strong against your tongue. Tastes of blood from, the bursting through your gum lung.
That sounds awful.
I like it, and I'm happy that this occurred.
Who wouldn't be?
That old
I
grunty
would
magic.
like to get one of the teeth in front, and I smile proudly.
Yep, it's perfect pearly white.
Nice.
It's probably nicer than all your other teeth.
It is
It's
the nicest.
nice.
It might be the nicest tooth anyone's ever seen.
Well, I am going to contemplate a new reality.
Oh no, now you've done it.
Oh no, we summoned
He's off to
demons of the war.
contemplating.
Toke, you are standing above the thing is now restrained on its side. It's flailing and squawking.
I want to walk up to that thing like it is the printer in Office Space, and I wanted to give it the baseball bat equivalent with my lightning stick as I beat it aggressively. Die, motherfucker.
Roll to bang.
5.
You hit it very squarely in its restrained face, and it caves in as it stops its squawking and lets out a satisfying gurgling sound. It expires quite pitifully.
I keep going.
You notice immediately that whatever force holding this shiny thing in your hand to this thing that has now died is released. You can just hold the shiny thing aloft.
I do. I keep the shiny thing. I like this shiny thing. I say, big shiny, big shiny.
Big smelling.
Squish, 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 squish.
Yeah, you just Patrick Bateman shit his corpse with whatever force is holding it together. Bereft of it, it starts to cave in with every impact.
Is like black blood squirt out and stuff?
Absolutely.
Can we say like we can all stomp on it and by the end like have like we stomp grapes and all of our feet are just covered in black goo?
Yeah, no, it's probably more than your feet. Truth told, there are spatters of it over your face, over the feathers woven into your hair.
Ruining all our cool makeup, guys.
It tastes bad when this black blood gets in your mouth, because it inevitably does.
Gross. I'd pop in a berry to chase it, because I have some leftover berries with me. And since I grabbed a bunch before we left, I offer anyone else a berry if they got any nasty taste in their mouth.
I do.
Yeah,
I like berries.
have a berry.
I will eat a pick of berry.
I will also take a berry, but only because everyone else will be doing it.
Yeah.
I decline.
I make sure to make a big deal to put it in my mouth and show you that we're eating it so you know it's food. I'm like, it's I chew it and show you, like, I make a yum face at you, that way you know it's food. Yum.
Okay, yeah.
I chew very slowly. I rub my tummy to show you that it's good.
Yeah,
Remember berry.
I understand that this is the type of object we put in your mouth.
You get me, bro. Thumbs up. I'll look to Toke after that, because Toke still has the ruby thing.
Yeah,
carrying
give it
my
a
new
thumbs
shiny
up.
thing.
Yeah, you've got a shiny thing in your hand. It extends your reach. It makes a very pleasant swishing sound when you hold it aloft and wave it in the air.
Yeah, I'm probably waving it way more than I should because I like sound. I'm
Yeah,
like a kid with a new toy. I'm just like swoosh, 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 swoosh. Yeah. If there are any spider webs, I'm cutting them. Anything in front of us, it's not going to be in front of us anymore. Swoosh, swoosh. Yeah, and I plug on through these caves towards the salt air.
You're able to follow the Tangan salt air for another couple hours of wandering. This passage doesn't balloon out like it did, but as you travel, you're able to see the light of cave fires in the distance and what remains of the barricade that the lightning snow put on this portion of the cave. In the distance, your home is just out of reach. You can see it.
I'll even exclaim, lightning snowfire, and point. So is this the out of reach, like just more time to travel, or is something we can't traverse to get to it, or?
Half a mile worth of traversal.
You guys just want to keep pushing forward? I'm excited to see the fires in our home.
Lightning snow.
Yeah.
Go.
Should we just like double time, pick up our pace, just go like, get this last half a mile over as quick as possible?
If you run, they might follow.
Yeah, I start running. I jog. Maybe not double time, but like 1.5 speed.
Every step brings the fire closer to you. The remains of barricade, inch by inch, moment by moment, it gets closer and closer, looming larger than life. After the perilous dark passed through and the trials, tribulations of the adventure that's been on. That being said, all the cuts on your feet healed after you were bathed in warm, soothing radiance for a moment after some 1 in 216 grunting.
I feel like that's nice, but it's also the kind of thing where like we used to have callous feet, and now our calluses are gone, so now our feet are just very tender. So now every time we step on something sharp, we're like, ooh, ow! It's like fresh skin, very tender.
I hope not.
Your calluses are intact, but
okay, thank God.
any of the cuts, gone.
Okay, so our feet are still tough.
Yeah, that soothing radiance made you all feel better than you felt, I don't know, who knows how long. Ever, maybe?
I'm riding that high and running towards the fire.
It might have cured you all of Giardia. Who knows?
My
I've
screw
got
is
a
healed.
China.
You got a drag queen, huh?
Yes.
So yeah, let's call it 7.5 minutes of,
we're
of
making
double
good time.
half double time, 7 to 10 minutes. You are passing the threshold, been barricaded for as long as any of you can remember until it was smashed down to make the way, and you were back in the Lightning Snow Cave.
Oh yeah. Do we see people we recognize and all that stuff?
Yes, but fewer of them.
Oh no. Well, I'm excited to tell them what happened to us, but I think if I see fewer of them, I'm more concerned why what happened to them, or maybe they've just gone on a hunt. But I think I would excitedly try to tell them what happened to us, but I think my language is very limited, so I would just be like, "Go big, berry." I'll try to say the word berry, and I'll say it wrong, so I still don't know berry. Go big, oogary. Big shiny, bang. I'll try, but my story makes no sense, of course. And I'll try to get a story from the old man or whoever's nearby that we talk to, assuming it'll also be riddled with a lack of words and therefore context. I guess I'd still shrug and point ugh, go, ugh.
A wise elder of 45. He looks at you and he comes astonished. He says, "You go shiny, big shiny."
I nod like where to do that. I'm like, ugh.
So I pull out the rock and hold it over my head and say, "Shiny!"
You've got a crowd now. People are looking open-mouthed and agog at this shiny rock that Toke's got held over his head.
Can I start singing the song that we learned?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
To the best of my ability, I grunt out the notes of that tune. Ugh, 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 ugh.
Buddy.
Wide eyes greet you. Faces that are attempting to undergo the process of knowledge to gain knowing. After a repetition or two, though, they're all catching on pretty easy. It definitely lifts the mood a little bit. There's definitely trouble in there that has been, if not forgotten, then replaced by more recent and or better news.
I motion around the cave and then go, "Smelly?"
The wizened old man rips his gaze from the glowing rock. He nods solemnly and says, "Smelly."
Oh.
Big sleep water.
When I hear that, I stop singing.
Goo, Snoog, Ollie, Trolley, go water.
No.
Ollie and Trolley are I guess, Wally's half-brothers.
Yeah, that's why our names rhyme.
They were noticeable because they looked exactly like twins.
Big Smelly.
Big smelly. Can I draw K and try to point it and see if that's what did it? I rolled a 6 for draw, and this time I'm trying to draw the thing I didn't want to draw.
You draw it flawlessly. You come across Mochi several times now in your learned adventures.
I point at it and say, "Smelly?"
He looks uncomfortable looking at it, nods, says, "Smelly."
I wipe it out, because I know it makes everyone uncomfortable. So now that it's been confirmed that's what did this, I'll wipe it out. And I'll look at the group that knows from the dream, and I'll go, "K, Smelly," to the group that K is. K, Smelly. And I'll definitely erase the thing as fast as possible.
Smelly. Smelly.
Go Big Bang K? K Big Sleep?
The old man says, "K, go, lightning, snow. Bah! Bah! Lightning, lightning, lightning. K, go, sleep."
K Sleep?
He sighs and he slumps slightly, frustrated and saddened.
K Sleep? Wally go bang. K Big Sleep. Wally go bang. Bang Big Sleep K.
The man looks up and he says, "Big Bang?"
Big Bang Big Sleep. I swoosh my sword around. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh.
It cuts through the air quite easily. There's no resistance whatsoever.
Big Shiny Big Sleep. Swoosh, 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 swoosh.
He nods and says, "Food?"
Oh, food. I nod excitedly. Food.
He says, "Big food. Big, There's quite a bit of crab meat stockpile going on in the cave.
I mean, I like food. I had berries recently, but if you guys want to have some meat, I can roll my cook skill or something. Oh, I rolled a 6. I thought I lost my dice there, but I got rolled a 6. Is it still good for us to eat and everything?
Oh, yeah. It smells good. You're able to sear it off nice. The smell of delicious roast crab permeates the cave. And eventually you've got more than just your fellows lining up for soup. It's quite a few people who you've fallen into the trap of, well, you cook one thing.
Yeah,
So,
I don't mind serving everybody as long as I get my share.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You're able to munch and go, too.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah,
You
take
like
it,
little
taste
bit.
a little taste here and there, yeah. I'm fine with that. I don't mind feeding everyone in the caves. Get everyone's strength back up now that since some of us are missing. But I do want to go avenge my fallen cousins. after we enjoy this large meal. Do we get an idea from the old man, the wizened old man, of how to seek out Kay?
He doesn't seek any longer. However, the sharp-eyed but not sharp-footed wolf shambles up. This is one of your cousins, and the one who woke several days ago.
The one-legged one.
Bring crab meat to the Big clan. He looks quite pleased. It's a big lift to his mood to all of you. He claps his hands and says, "Go big, go shiny."
Shiny!
I will slap Toke on the back and say, "Toke big, Toke big, Toke go bang big."
I hold up the rock.
It draws all eyes once again. Every time you seem to gesture with it, proffer it, people pay attention. They're even drawn away from gorge themselves on crab leg, crab meat, crab mustard. If it comes from a crab and it's good to eat, you're eating it.
If everyone focuses on the rock again, I'll start singing again. It seemed to work last time.
More people joined in and easier this time. They're learning quite quickly.
Good.
That reminds me that I, at some point, learned that music is math. The fact that everyone's learning this so quickly is now reminding me of that lesson that I learned about this song before.
Roll me a d6.
I only rolled a 3.
The large amount of context offered does clue you in the fact that they're not necessarily learning so much they are remembering.
Which also reminds me from our dream, I don't have the words for it anymore, but I remember there's something in our dream that we've forgotten, where the things that I can't remember, the words, which I don't have a word for, I remembered that I had a dream where I knew more of them and that there was a word for me not remembering them. And that inspires me all the more to want to go fight this K thing that's killed some of our relatives and I think now has also taken something from us that I can't define. So it's robbing us of life and maybe something even greater in our lives. Our humanity itself, I guess. I think I get worked
are all
up.
complex thoughts.
Yeah, I get really worked up about it.
It gets loud.
Yeah, I don't have the words for it, but I'm a learned caveman, so I'm definitely having these complex thoughts. And like I said, I'm slowly getting more upset about this K creature. Like, before I think I was afraid of K, and now I think I'm angry at K. Like, still upsets me. I still don't like to see it, but I think I'm angry. I'll shriek, too.
Your relatives and friend, they join you in shrieking. It's defiant and bellicose. Is it fearful? Sure, absolutely. But courage isn't absent fear. It is the overcoming of it. You share a moment of unity in the face of existential terror, ontological terror at that. You're singing your food, turn with strange artifacts from faraway lands. Has definitely galvanized the clan. They're all standing up a bit straighter. They've got a fire in their eyes.
Homo erectus.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should rest up and then go try to find Kay somehow. But I do think we have not slept on him since we left the berry cave, so I think it would be wise to at least nap and then head out again on another adventure.
Look at you. 2 days ago, you didn't want to go anywhere. Now you're like, you know what?
Now I'm upset.
Let's come fight God.
They killed 2 of my relatives. We got a heart. I got a big sword now. I think it's the sword making me cocky. I'm just swooshing this thing. I just want to stab something with this thing. So I'm just swooshing this thing around.
Honestly, probably took a few experimental hacks through some crab meat with it.
Yeah.
It makes cutting a breeze. It slices.
It dices. It makes julienne fries. Yeah.
If you had a frosty bug, you could probably make a smoothie somehow.
I'm gonna name this weapon Slap Chop in my mind. I don't have the word slap or chop, but that's what I'm gonna.
I mean,
those could just be gibberish.
Ugh.
You'll literally be called slap chop. Who knows that the word slap and chop would actually be slap and chop?
Not me, that's for sure.
Now we're on some Tolkien mythopoeia shit.
I made up the word slap chop. Yeah. I'm the world's first telemarketer or whatever. With 3 easy payments, you can have a slap chop too. Every caveman should have a slap chop in their home.
Everybody want to bed down?
I want to shriek into the void.
The void shrieks back into you. This has no effect.
It's a feedback loop.
But yeah, anybody who wants to sleep, sound off.
Off.
I'll sleep.
I'll definitely sleep.
I would like to sleep.
You have a sleep go.
Oh, how do I sleep go?
You're in it. You're in the land of dreams then.
Right. What is Land of Dreams like?
It is precisely like Lightning Snow was when you fell asleep. There's a fire burning merrily in the middle. There are people holding watch, a couple of cavemen with rocks thrown in a pile. You hear a booming voice that seems to come from everywhere. It says, your name. It is cold, mechanical. Ung.
Do I have full vocabulary?
No. As a matter of fact, the pressed veil of your mind seems all the more powerful.
Then I want to say,
The roof of the cavern seems to open up as if you were ripping open a crab shell. Towering against the sky is the shiny, bony frame of this ununderstandable creature, totally unknowable. It was so upended your lives. It looks to you with its dead, unfeeling eyes and says, "That which is not remembered was never true."
I want to repeat myself and say, oh.
It says, "Yes, exactly right. This is where you belong. This is how things need to."
Yeah.
I will object to this with the exact same verbiage. Oh.
It holds up one of its long, thin hands as if to stop your speech. And you find yourself quite unable to manage speech at all for a moment and says, "Your objection is superfluous."
I want to experimentally determine the exact moment when the power of speech returns to me, and then I want to repeat myself yet again.
Ung, this forbidding creature, looms over it. It is terrifying, but there's something about it that does not scare you as much. It's almost as if this thing is merely casting a long shadow. It says, "All things will be what they are. All things will be in balance. All things will be hollowed of purpose. All things will be silent." And then the shadow crashes down on you like a great wave, douses the flame of the fire in your dream state, sends you tumbling end over end, Stygian void, where your breath sends sensation, and you wake up with a start. You're cold and clammy. All of you is covered in a thin sheen of sweat.
Yeah, that's scary.
Big smelly.
Big smelly.
Otherwise, though, everybody's sleeping around you. There's still wood and fire. There's still people on guard at the lip of the... Although one of them has fallen asleep.
As is my habit, I will think deeply on this dream, contemplate it.
As your thoughts wander, your gaze is drawn to the shiny rock, the ruby. All the memories of your dream seem a little further away, a little bit smaller in magnitude, as if it really was a dream. And whatever power and menace being projected was just that, a projection. That was a caveman beating on his chest. You're able to find sleep again, should you choose. And if and when you do, I won't say it's dreamless, but there's nothing quite so vivid, so real. Morning comes without any other incident. The morning is here. You are all alive and hungry.
Is there still some crab meat left?
Tons.
I mean, I'll cook again before we go out. I do want to go out on an adventure, but I'll always eat first. I rolled a 6. I love the dice. I rolled a 6 again. I use my cool knife again. I'm doing some like crazy shit. Maybe that's why I'm doing so well. I've just got this cool knife now. I'm just like slicing it thin.
Yeah.
Some kind of sushi roll without rice. I'm just using seaweed and crab meat.
There's quite a bit of seaweed available.
Yeah. I'm rolling that crab meat up in that seaweed and doling it out in a circle, cut it with my knife.
People are clambering the little circle for long. Not in an angry
They're
way.
so easy to eat because I learned the ability roll. I've combined roll.
Yes.
So I've made my cooking skill with roll, and I've created the roll. The crab roll.
So many firsts.
Yeah. But after we have our crab rolls and everyone's fed, I'll make sure we've got a toke in the ruby, and I'll start swooshing my stick around and start pointing like we should go. Go Big Bang?
Go.
Big bang.
Hugh, do you want to shrink?
Yeah. Like, did I ever stop?
Do you ever stop? Yeah. I think at this point you've been shrieking for a while now. Days of endless shrieking from...
Yeah, I'm struggling deep here.
Yeah, I mean, you were one of the ones who were most affected by that dream, the berry cake. And I think ever since then you've been quite nervy.
Even singing the song hasn't calmed him down?
That probably will do it.
Maybe I've noticed that every time we sing the song, he doesn't shriek quite as loud, and so I'll like sing it softly to him when we're leaving to be encouraging. Like as we march out, I'll make that like our marching song.
It pleases me. I shriek, but hum along.
Yeah. I don't have the words to do therapy with him. I can't help much.
I'm not ready for that degree of help yet.
Okay, good. My only advice would be sleep, and we've already done that, so...
I'm like self-soothing. I'm stimming by shrieking.
Yeah. I'm hoping that our adventure, you'll get some closure through our confrontation. And we stomp off, like I said, I'm not even sure we know where we're going, because that was never really clear, but we march out in search of this thing. I'll roll a hunt, since I'm leading the way. Although I rolled a 2, so...
No, a 2, there are many tracks. Some of them are familiar. Some of them are clearly made by feet like yours. Some of them are scuttling crabs. Some of them are the shambling fish who can survive a little bit on land to eat bird and stuff.
Walkie fish. But of course, a lot of these things, I think when we encountered it before, it was floating off of the ground, right?
It was.
So there's maybe that problem. I'm having trouble finding its tracks because it doesn't leave tracks. And so the thing I'm using, my skill for hunting is not helping me. I guess I've got us out in the snow, and that's about it. If anyone else has got an idea of how to get us out to find this thing, I'll look around at the group like I know where to go next. And just grunt. Ugh. Ugh? I'll look especially at Toke, because Toke has the ruby, and I'll assume that means Toke has some sort of knowledge I don't have. As I always assume everyone's really, really smart, even though we're all very dumb. I will look at Toke, hoping Toke has some secret knowledge on how to find this, or that thing, like, keeps me get closer, or something I don't understand. I'm looking at everyone, but I'm looking at you the strongest, Toke.
Toke looks around nervously and shrugs.
I mean, my next after you, Hugh, because Hugh's always doing crazy shit that somehow works out, even though he's shrieking. Maybe I will try to, like, gesture for you to give the ruby Hugh. I'll, like, grunt at the shiny. I'll grunt it to say, shiny Hugh. Point, and try to gesture to give the shiny to...
Yeah, sure, I do.
I rub it on my new tooth.
What did we expect?
Yeah.
It is not particularly masticatable. Not food.
Now that he's holding it, if I start humming the tune, does that have a different effect or a stronger effect on him if he's holding it?
You can almost hear this thing along.
Okay, then I'll keep it up in hopes that it does something. I'll sing till someone stops me.
That's the best way regardless.
Till someone says silence.
I just kind of lean back and enjoy it.
It is enjoyable.
I'll also, while I'm singing, I'll like take a quick breath and like look over at Toke and say, shiny sleep food? And then go back to my song. Just to ask if you have any shiny sleep food for Hugh.
He just shakes his head.
No shiny sleep food for Hugh?
You like shiny food, but sleep food, too scary.
Not big sleep. I just remember before, I'm pretty sure it was Toke, was on mushrooms, and that made us able to see things we couldn't see normally. So maybe I'm thinking, like, if we have any drugs, that would help us find the scary thing. Maybe that would help us see it where we can't see it right now. Or something. But if you don't have any mushrooms, that doesn't work.
You could have replenished your pack.
Then I will definitely replenish my pack and then Pro offer some of that while I enjoy it myself.
I'll definitely take some, and I will try to encourage Hugh to take some. I also want Moog to take some, too, but I won't be as pushy on... I'm not a drug peddler. But I do want Hugh to take some because I think it helped.
Shaka.
So yeah, if anybody can hear it, that's how it's been represented. There's no words to it. It's just melody, because you really wouldn't know what word to say.
Sounds like a very rousing tune, though.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll keep humming it while we trip.
As you're humming along, contemplating this ruby, having taken some drugs. Who's taking drugs? I know Hugh's taking drugs. I know Toke's taking drugs.
While he's taking...
Wally's taking drugs.
I'm going to take drugs.
Yeah, you chew on some mushrooms. Not the worst thing you've tasted in the last day. You all chow down. So about half an hour after that, fucking around in the snow. You definitely start to feel that bit of buzzing in nerves that come up as you introduce complex chemicals into your brains. You can all see footprints of a sort in that it's where the snow has been flattened. There is a definitive trail of flattened snow, some of which undoubtedly leads back to Lake Snow Clan's cave. Some of it leads deeper into the island.
Well, I think the deeper into the island, we just came from the cave, so I guess the deeper into the island we go. Is this like, I don't have the word road, but before we saw like a large flattened area, kind of like this, maybe I think it was in Berry Cave area though. It was
This
like
is
a
more,
large path.
this is as if this flatness is from your enemy path. As if this flatness of the snow itself, this action, this form is only capable from one thing that you've ever seen. And it is the floating creature that fear inside the marrow of your bones.
I got the mushrooms in me and my shiny stick. I'm gonna walk the direction of my enemy, get my vengeance for my two fallen cousins, and hope that my stoner friends follow me.
I mean, I'm going with you. I'm ready to shed some blood while I'm tripping. I love to shed blood while I'm tripping.
I will still
That's
hum.
actually like one of Toad's
your favorite
things.
Yeah, and I'll still hum the fight song while we go.
The fight song. I love it. As you travel north, past the big rock that hosted ring of settlement that was the big clan's home, they unfortunately are feeding the carrion.
They've been all wiped out.
Yes, you
They're
can
big.
see.
They're big guys, though, right?
Oh yeah.
So now their remains are behind. There's some like large bones and stuff.
Not quite bones. Like I said, they are being picked at by
So it's still some
scavenger
meat.
birds.
But if we wanted to break off some large bones, could we take some extra weapons from here? Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly feasible. There's some big crabs kind of picking at the corpse too. You know, their claws pinching down, ripping flesh, and shoveling it into their little maws, where it disappears very, very gradually.
So I'll try to intimidate. I don't have the skill, so I'm rolling with a disadvantage. I'll try it. Oh, and I rolled a 1, so I'm not scary. So we probably are going to get in a fight with crabs now.
You've actually forgotten how to scare.
Yeah. Instead, I'm like, hey, boys. I'm accidentally flirting with crabs. Like, yeah.
They don't seem aggressive. You know, you're not. There's plenty of corpses to go around, and they all cluster around a few that they're, you know, methodically working the flesh off of and consuming.
I'll just walk up to one they're not fucking with and just hack at it with my blade. Get some fresh big bones. Like try to get an arm, you know, from the big bigs. Get like a whole limb if I can, a leg bone. Some of the big bones that can really be used as clubs. I'm gonna try to hack off some of those for my allies.
Yeah, like big femurs.
Yeah. I want to chop a couple of those and like indicate and like grunt at my allies. Like pick that up, take that. Ugh, big bang.
There's enough limbs to go around that, let's see, 3 of you are pretty minimally armed. Wally's got a sword. Toke has his lightning stick. So yeah, three more big ass bones that could be wielded to 1 or 2-handed clubs.
Yeah, I'll make sure that Moog, Ung, and Hugh get one.
I'm not sure, like, if there's like a wetness of bones that dry out before they're usable as weapons. That's a little out of my ossemantic knowledge.
I mean, it can't be any worse than getting hit with Big Big's arm, right?
Yeah.
It was still a weapon when it was that guy's arm. So I think bones are hard before they dry out.
I would assume that a bone would be stronger the pressure it is.
Sure.
I mean, we could absolutely break the bones open and suck out the marrow. That's a pretty hefty portion of these thick bones.
Like I said, I'm cutting them off with a sword, so I'll give him a femur with like a foot attached, so it'll have like a foot with toenails and shit. It'll have a clawed in.
Ooh, delicious foot stew.
Whatever talons the Big Bigs had, keep that attached. It'll have it's the
Yeah,
whole bottom half of a leg bone is your weapon.
Yeah, they don't have like claws so much, but they have thick, blunt toenails.
Oh yeah, then that. You'll have a toe bat. And then we keep moving once we got our toe bats.
This flattened path that is seemingly only visible to you in your inebriated state winds and wends further north than many of you tend to travel. This is a haunted place.
I mean, to be fair, before 2 days ago, I never went through to Berry Cave either.
Yeah. Not only exploring new lands, but deepening your understanding of ones that you've lived in for your whole life. Travel does broaden the mind.
It really does.
Eventually, this path leads to the mouth of Lightning Snow's cave is probably 20 feet in its overall diameter. This is far larger. You could march probably 10 cavemen across and not to sides, and stand 6 or 7 cavemen on top of each other's shoulders and have them only be able to touch the roof of big cave. Big.
What do we see in this hole?
There's a big thing standing very, very still. This is not the thing you were looking for. This is not your enemy.
Oh, damn.
It appears to be standing on 4 legs. So it's quadrupedal bent over. It's probably the length of 5 of you laying down from its nose to tail, and the height of 3 of you standing on each other's shoulders. This thing is enormous.
Can I roll a listen and to see if it's making any noise at all, if it is totally silent?
Yeah, listening is great.
I rolled a 4.
It is not making any noise whatsoever.
Totally silent.
Totally silent. The path winds past it, untroubled by any footprints that.
So none of our kind have passed through here, but the path that I'm following has gone through here?
Yes, this flattened path does. Also noticeable in that these things, this current big thing that is in front of you, there are none of its footprints. This thing would have very distinct footprints. There are none in the snow that has fallen into.
So it's not moving. Mountain. It's not moving, and it looks like it's never moved.
Yep.
I'm still going to be cautious because that's my nature. I'm going to try to tiptoe past. I do not have the tiptoe skill, and I only rolled a 3.
Oh, well, it's not comically loud.
That's good.
But, you're hyped from singing a song, taking some mushrooms.
I'm probably giggling to myself, too, because I'm high. I can't stop laughing. I'm, trying to tiptoe because I've never tiptoed before. I'm, laughing about the concept of... I'm, cartoon tiptoeing and then laughing about, the fact that in my mind I'm, Wile E. Coyote, da-dun, 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 da-dun. Every footstep I take makes a note in my mind, because I'm tripping.
As you clumsily tiptoe, you are not assailed with any new information until you are directly in this thing's supposed sightline, at which point its eyes open.
I have a feeling. I'm going to say very loud because smelly. Smelly. Sort of, like I knew this was coming. Smelly.
This creature says, I am not smelly.
I will say Wally Smelly.
It sniffs with a nose that is probably as big as your body.
It's got a big nose, eh?
It says, Wally Smelly.
I'll nod. Big Smelly.
It makes no motion to approach nor to restrain or harass it. Its eyes are open and its mouth is.
I say, go sleep.
It says, big sleep.
Go big sleep.
You can tell that this thing is trying to meet you on your level.
I mean, I think my level's very high, so I think it's daring to try to reach my level of intelligence. It's obviously not getting what I'm laying down. I'm too smart for it. No, go big sleep. I try to I say it slower and louder, hoping that go big sleep.
It says words you don't understand. Things are waking up that have slept for very long. I don't think I will.
I don't know any of those words.
Nope, this is fucking gibberish to you. This thing just babbled incoherently for a moment.
I say, Wally, go?
It favors you with a nod and says, go.
Okay, I keep following the path. And I've gestured towards my allies, hoping they also walk past this without any incident.
If it were capable of violence, holy fuck.
Yeah, no, I know.
We'll go. You go.
Yep.
We'll go. This creature tracks you with the barest move of its head and its eyes. It has very, very long, slightly curled horns and a fringe of hair that runs down the flat of its head and down its back. Watches you impassively. This thing is completely content to let you pass. And pass you do.
Happy to pass.
You pass gas while you pass.
You go, Smelly. You're able to follow the flat path that is illuminated by sex, drugs, and crab meat.
The best combination.
This path is definitely underground, and the portions of this area are truly immense. This is not a cave, this is a cavern. The vaulted ceiling of the cave is many times higher than that of the relatively low tunnels of the lightning people. This 10 times or more that the level of scope.
Wally Gigaw is a gog.
You suppose it does make sense because the big thing found at the mouth of this cavern could not move a small place if it was ever capable. It is getting darker the further you go underground, but the enormous lip and mouth cave as well as cracks in this ceiling shine light in intermittent.
Okay, well,
it gives this area dim lighting.
But I'll explore this first expansive area. I'll walk in first and look around and look about with stick. Make sure it's safe for us to go deeper.
There's nothing eminently harassing. There is a small bit of water running this area. A very small stream comes up to your calves. Easy enough to run through. Icy cold.
So I like to fish, but it doesn't seem deep enough to have fish in it, right?
Probably not.
Too shallow for fish.
Shallow.
Icy cold on our feet. Is there a source for this stream? Or is it trickling from above, or is it coming from outside, or?
It runs through it. It babbles away. As you look to either side that it's running through, there is a place on one side where it lightly but merrily cascades down from a slightly higher elevation. And then on its other side, it slinks down to very, very low passage. You'd have to be on your hands and knees to even enter it in the barest sense word.
Does that run parallel to the path we're following, or does it cross it?
It crosses it,
okay.
And you're able to pick up the path quite easily on the other side.
Then I will continue following that path.
Deeper and deeper you go as you follow this cavernous path. It curls, curves, going ever downward. But as you do round a corner, you can see traces of what is clearly daylight shining in, despite how deep underground you might be.
Weird. Smelly, if you will.
Smelly indeed.
I mean, I'm tripping. I assume all you other guys see what I'm seeing. But I'll keep following the path. That's all we're doing. I'm trying to find this thing. So unless something's stopping me from getting to it, I'll keep it.
You follow the path, and comrades follow after you because you're the caveman who's leading because you've gotten an idea. After a few moments, though, the ruby pulses in Toke's hand. A brief bit of agitation, vibration, and warmth.
Oh, does Toke have it again and not he?
Oh, I don't know who has it. Whoever's got it feels sensation.
No, Toke gave it to you earlier to calm him down. I didn't know if you gave it back or not.
I was rubbing it on my teeth.
Yeah, then you feel the pulse against your lips. You've been rubbing it against your mouth for probably an hour now, if not a little bit longer. As you progress towards this light, you do come into an area that is outdoors, despite being underground. It's a deep lip of sheer rock all around. There is a stream running through this area. Could be the same one. On the other side of the water, facing nothing in particular, is cross-legged, a seated form of your primal enemy, K.
I shrink.
I say silence.
You hear in a tinny, commanding voice from all around you, silence.
No, I can mute a shriek. Go. Q Rush K.
You know what? That's the button. Q Rush K. There we go.
Q go.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and start humming the fight song.
Hell yeah.